Going on, man? Miss you, dude. Miss
I know,
everyone.
man. I know,
Been
I
a minute.
know.
Been a minute.
It's been a minute. Here we are entering week 10. We got
Already, man.
already, man. It flew by, flew by. We got a pretty awful game on tonight. Not much is happening fantasy wise.
No.
I think DJ Moore is leading with a like 4 or 5 points last time I checked.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. So no big moments so far tonight.
Well, they had a big moment, but like you said, not fantasy relevant unless someone has Carolina's defense, which I doubt anyone does.
No, we got rid of that, thank God. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, man. Uh, week entering week 10. I think we're going to switch gears. We're going to pivot from our usual top 12. Um, I think it's time that we enter the playoff phase of the pod. Start talking some top six action and see who's gonna win this pot, man.
I like it. I like it. The playoffs are near. And it's pretty tight, man. And I'll say, usually feel like there's maybe four teams that are just kind of like head and shoulders above, and
Mm-hmm.
then they usually have I mean they do have three teams that are pretty much locked in, but man, the middle of the pack, it's
It's getting murky.
it's murky, man. It's murky, but
Yeah.
with records, usually it's like that, losing record middle of the
Mm-hmm.
pack. But right now, a lot of teams are in,
Yeah.
in good
Yeah, I agree
position.
with you, man. I think just based on records, man, and like what's ahead of them, it's still too early. Like anything can happen, but
Yeah.
I think it's pretty safe that like Kyle, Matt, and Serge have locked up a spot in the
Yeah.
final six.
If you have only two losses at this point, I think you there'd have to
Yeah,
be serious movement in both directions to get one of
for
those teams
sure.
out of it.
And if I had to choose, honestly, the team out of the top three, I was looking at their schedule, man. I think Matt can kind of lead the charge here and finish number one overall. I think he can finish with like 10 or 11 wins just based
Yeah.
on his record right now and who he has to go up against. And then probably I'd give Kyle in his division because I think he's going to lock up the division. So I think Matt and Kyle are pretty locked in that top to get the bye week as of right now.
Yeah, and you say, looking at his schedule, but I mean, honestly, dude, it doesn't really matter who Matt has played because
Yeah,
he's got the most points.
yeah,
And man, he's just been rolling.
yeah.
Um, and I want to say, is this like a old NFC kind of thing, like worst to first? Was he?
He's had
Was he?
he's like the other Matt. He's had a couple down years.
Yeah,
He's had like 2 or 3 down years.
yeah.
Um, but he's back on top, man. He's a
He
he's a
he trusted
former
he trusted the process, man.
trusted the process. He's a former champ. He's been here before. He's put it together. He had a really good draft in hindsight. So we'll see, man.
Yeah,
But moving on to like those bottom three, they've kind of had a Ross is probably leading the edge, I think. Um,
yeah.
after those three teams, I think he's got a potent squad and he's got that extra win on top of him. But I'm
Mhm.
not ready to put Ross in just yet because if I guess the question is anyone going to get in with a losing record?
I don't think it's possible this year. Well, I say that, but I
Because for
mean,
Ross to end up with that, he has to lose the next 5 games, finish 6-8. And I
yeah,
don't I don't think that's going to happen. Um, and I think it's going to be. I think you need 8 wins, man. I think some shit can go down to where some 7-7 teams kind of can grasp that last spot. But I think for sure you need 7, man. I don't think 6 is going to be enough this year.
yeah. It's going to be tough, but um, like I said, I think there's a top four. I really think there's a top four. The 3 7 win teams in Ross, and then I mean, like I said, that
Yeah.
middle of the pack, man. You're looking at three teams that are 5 and 4, and then you got Al and Devin. Al is 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Devin is 3 and 6. So
Yeah.
I mean, if either one of them go on a run, and
Yeah.
these 5 and 4 teams goes on, a little losing streak,
Mm-hmm.
you never know, man. This
Yeah.
league is very tricky. It always seems like it's the last week of the season, something happens, and one of those teams that just were never in it get in it.
For
So
sure. For sure. And those teams are have starting to see a little bit of decline, like the whole East lost last week. So Matt's coming off of a loss, little Matt's coming off of a loss, Dave's coming off of a loss. Um, Vincent lost. Vincent's the last team out right now. Um, and like the best team out of those the whole year has been Lil Matt. But Little Matt's been hit with a bunch of injuries the last couple weeks,
yeah.
and it's starting to like get thin and fall apart a little bit for him. He's still got a good team. I think he's still got the best shot out of those remaining teams. But I mean, it started with Kyron. Dallas Goddard went down. Uh, so I'm kind of worried, man. I'm kind of worried for little Matt that it can kind of fall apart here. But
Yeah, he's got a somewhat easy matchup this week. He's playing Devin, who has um some significant buys.
yeah,
So he's without his best player, and so
that's tough.
so
No AJ.
yeah. And I mean Puka, obviously I guess the last 2 weeks, without Stafford,
Yeah, he came down to earth.
yeah, he came down to earth, and but even still, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you got to thrust him in there, and just, he's proven, that he can do it. He can be up
Yeah,
there with the elite. So,
I'm with you,
him
man. Just
him out is definitely going to hurt.
we'll see, man. Baker's been okay. Uh, Kenneth Walker for the most of the year has been okay, but it looks like Charbonnet's cutting into his cut a little bit. So little Matt's he's going with Charbonnet and Walker in the lineup.
Yeah.
Chase is dealing with a back issue. St. Brown's been kind of banged up. Uh,
I
Metcalf.
think
It's
I think
just
I think Chase plays, and if he does, there's no Higgins. So if Chase
yeah,
does play, they're playing Houston. I think Chase could have a pretty huge game. He's getting IU back off of the bye against
mm-hmm,
Jacksonville. That could be a shootout. Metcalf hasn't been doing much, but he's playing Washington, who their
yeah.
defense is awful against receivers. So
But
it's
would you agree, like little Matt has the edge over Dave and Vincent right now?
um
Like out of those, like
yeah, I would say, because Vincent has been that team that's been winning without doing much. And you know, it's just he's starting to, get into these West games, and
yeah,
it's he's
the
gonna,
point total. He's got to bump that point total up.
yeah. So in that sense, he is definitely the outside looking in. I think Dave, um, I think Dave has a better team. He's still got McCaffrey, he's got Lamar, Andrews. So
See,
Dave,
that's what I like about Dave's team, man. I like the triple threat of
yeah,
Lamar,
he's got
a
a high
healthy
upside
Lamar,
team. He's got a
the
high
Lamar
upside.
Andrews stack, and McCaffrey. It's gonna
Yeah,
make up. It's gonna make up, and I trust in them right now. It's just
yeah,
we've been here before. I'm a former Lamar owner, so I
yeah,
know it's just one injury away, and it usually happens around this time, man.
yeah.
So
I would definitely say that Vincent is definitely outside looking in.
okay,
And then Dave, he's got like those three, but Matt, I think, has overall, even with his injuries, he's got Chase, St. Brown, Ayuk, man. He's
yeah,
kind of triple threat too. But
Yeah,
he's
and he still
also
got Devontae Smith.
Devontae
He's
Smith,
just on a
exactly,
bye. Um,
exactly, and he's got Purdy. You know, Purdy.
and you got
I'm
to think Kyron's gonna come back. It's gonna get weird now. It's like, does he get the same workload as before? Like, is he?
Yeah, and that was what a high was that a high ankle?
It was something with the ankle. I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah, coming back from a high ankle
It
sprain,
was
man,
his
is
knee. It
not.
was his knee.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, yeah,
But we'll see. I mean, that's what was good for Lil Matt for those first 5 games. Like Kyron was a locked in,
yeah,
RB2, and he was scoring 2 touchdowns a game.
yeah,
So we'll see, man. As it gets in cold weather games, I know they play in LA, but we'll
yeah,
see how McVay kind of spreads the load. All right,
yeah.
so taking it one step back, then who who can kind of jump Vincent like right now? Do you think yourself, or do you think Al has a better shot of moving into that last team out, and then if things get weird, you know, climbing up to that 6th spot?
I think right now, I want to say Al has the edge. Obviously because he's got a game up on me.
Yeah,
Um, you know, he's got a tough matchup this week. I think this is one of the most important weeks for both myself and Al.
yeah.
I can win.
Would you label them must wins?
I would absolutely. I think every game moving forward for me and Al is a must win.
Yeah,
Every game is a must win moving forward. It
yeah,
is just that's just what it is. Um, but you know, I think if one of us wins, the other one loses, and let's say Vincent or Dave or Little Matt loses this week, you know,
yeah.
I think there's
Well, Vincent's got a high likelihood. He's got his Chiefs on a bye. He's going up against Surge. So
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how he
Yeah, and like I said,
contends.
Al's going against the Buzzsaw and Kyle, who's been wrecking shit. So, um, I this is one of the most important weeks for me, honestly. You
Yeah,
know,
but
which
I
I'm
think
going
I have to
against.
agree with you, Devin, man. I think Al's got the slight edge. He's got that extra win, and he's going to get Justin back next week. It's looking like that way. I don't think he's going to play this week, but he's going
No,
to get
he's not.
Justin back. I think he's going to get James Conner back. So he's going to kind of return to form a little bit. But is it a little bit too? It might be too late. But uh,
I don't think it is, man. I don't think.
if
Like I
he can
said,
win this week and get
yeah,
Connor and Jefferson back, he can really push Vincent and maybe
absolutely.
even push Dave. But
Yeah, because he's got Stroud, he's got Henry, he's got Pollard, he's
yeah,
got Taysom Hill, who's been just
yeah,
doing everything,
he's
man.
got to
Like,
he's got to get more out of Pollard though, man. There's
yeah,
just He's got to get more out of Pollard.
yeah,
Uh,
Pollard's look really bad this year, man. But it's about to get cold,
yeah.
and the Yeti is coming. Derrick Henry is coming.
All right, so we talked about the top 9. Um, it's pretty much blouses for Mark at this point. I think Mark isn't gonna contend. I think that's a wrap. Uh, Eli and Brian need a lot to go their way, but I think those are the top 9 teams that have a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah.
Um,
If we're gonna talk about one of these 2-7 or I mean, Mark. Sorry to say, Mark's
yeah, he's done.
he's out.
He's
He's
done.
big fella.
Try again next year.
I think big fella's done. I think if there is one of these bottom three teams that would basically have to win out,
They have to
it
win out. They got to finish 7-7,
yeah,
score lots of points,
yeah,
and hope some shit collapses on top.
yeah. It would be Brian would be my pick.
Yeah, me
Because
too. Me
Dak's been
too.
balling. Saquon without Daniel Jones, I think
Yeah.
last week he got like 41 like total touches.
Hmm.
Ramondre's looking a lot better, and his schedule is really good. Pittman with Minshew has looked great.
Yeah.
Gibbs, now you got Montgomery coming back, so we'll see what happens there. Drake London, he's got a quarterback that's not afraid to throw the ball, even though their head coach is an evil villain and
Yeah.
just
Well,
doesn't
then,
care.
then I guess not necessarily are they going to make the playoffs. I think Brian could. I mean, it wouldn't be shocking if he wins 5 in a row, but
Right.
I think it's safe to say that Brian isn't going to finish last.
No,
I don't think
no,
he's going to finish last. I think it's going to be between Mark and Eli to get
yeah,
the last spot, the 12th place. It's unfortunate, but that's
yeah,
where we are, man.
yeah. All right. So if you had a pick right now, who's getting the Sacco this year? Who you going with?
I'm going to lean Mark right now. I just
Yeah,
it's just not
yeah.
enough, man. Like this week, he's forced to play Miles Sanders, man, and Miles Sanders isn't even. He's like,
I don't even know if he's gotten into the game yet.
yeah, he's like not even starting. Like at this point, like I mean, it's not that it's any better putting Dalvin Cook in at this point, but like at least Dalvin's going to get like 5 carries. I
Yeah,
mean, if I had to critique, uh,
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
looking good.
No, no.
But I mean,
And,
it's been like that
and
for a while, man. Like whenever the draft doesn't go your way, and then you take risks in the draft, and some of them get injured, and it just doesn't. It's hard to overcome it, man.
yeah, I agree.
So, all right, so let's make a week 10 as of right now. Who's your six teams? We agree on Matt Harris.
Yeah, I'd say Matt Harris, Kyle, Serge, Ross, um, top four, obviously. I'm gonna say Matt,
Mhm.
little Matt takes that fifth spot. And I mean, I think I gotta go. I mean, I don't want to go by what it looks like, record wise right now, but I honestly think the top six teams right now are going to end up the top six teams. I really do.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, man. I know it's not like
I don't see any change. Yeah, it's not like, it's not
it's
exciting,
kind
but
of boring to just keep it like nothing's gonna happen. But
yeah.
and
The only way that I could see that not happening is if Dave loses one of Lamar or McCaffrey. If one of them go down,
yeah,
then there's going to be another, Vince,
yep,
myself, and Al are right back in it. But if that
yep,
doesn't happen, man, I think it's the six that are in right now are going to stay in.
yep. I'm with you, man. I agree. Um,
Wow,
some
boring.
injuries on Vincent's side also can elevate you and Al.
Mm-hmm.
If a Mahomes or Kelsey were to go down, I could see a little collapse and giving y'all the opportunity to push Dave. But if I had to put my money on it, I think I would stay with this six. I would stay with this six.
Yeah, if I was a bet man, I'd be right there with you.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, Mahomes and Kelsey, neither of them have had, you know, a Mahomes or Kelsey season. They've
It's
had
crazy
games
too, because like
as
Mahomes is still third. He's still
yeah.
ranked third, but it's
Well,
like
they've each had like three or four like huge games, but if we're talking like points per game, like they're just a little bit above average, I guess I would say.
yeah.
You know. So, but those blow up games have definitely helped, and those are probably the weeks that Vince
Mhm.
won.
Yep. All right. Well, speaking of Mahomes, man, we hashed out playoff talk. I want to bring it back all the way to the draft day, man. Started with Mahomes. I just kind of want to do a quick recap, scroll through the rounds, see kind of like our favorite picks of the rounds, worst pick of the rounds, and see if like ourselves if we would have done something different. All right, man. I want to talk some shit, man, because there were some bad decisions on draft day. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Round one. I'll start this one. The one that stands out for me, man, is I get it. He's the best tight end in the game, man. But in hindsight, man, taking Kelsey over Tyreek Hill has not aged well. I think Mark's Mark with Tyreek, his season would have gone a whole lot different.
Mark with Tyreek, Diggs, CD, or AJ Brown, his season would have been different.
Completely, man. I'm not going
Not
to really harp on injuries, man.
no,
I'm not going to knock Al for taking Justin second. He was balling. Like
no.
like I'm not going to knock anyone for injuries. Uh, the other one that kind of stands out, I think Ross would pick differently if the draft was today. Um, I think he would have gone a different direction instead of Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Um,
But even with that, man,
yeah,
he's
I mean, even with that, for sure. I
you
think
know,
AJ would have been the move.
I think
He probably would have gone
I
with.
think Vincent would have, but you know what's crazy? I guess, because what was it? It was Justin, McCaffrey,
Mhm.
Jamar. Those
Yeah,
were your top three, going into the draft.
yeah,
Vincent takes Patrick Mahomes number one overall.
yep.
Justin has been out for a while now. Ruin Al's hot start.
Hmm.
Jamar, he's had a few big games, but he hasn't, you know, gone on any tear or you know what I mean. He
Yeah,
and that's partially with Burrow with his injury in the beginning of the season, but so it's almost like that. Looking back at it, it wasn't a terrible pick. I
no,
think
it wasn't. I'm
I
with
think
you,
the
man.
draft today, he wouldn't pick Mahomes,
Yeah, but the
but
thing is, I think it came down to him or Justin, and I think
that's
if
what
he
I'm
would,
saying.
yeah, if he would have got Justin, I think he might have been in the same situation that he's in now, if not worse.
I think worse. I think
Yeah,
worse. So really, if we're gonna look back, the number one overall pick should have been McCaffrey.
yeah, it should have been McCaffrey, man. I'm with you, and then probably Tyreek. I mean, but that's it. That's because we know the injury that came to
Right.
Justin.
But I'm
So
just saying. But I'm just saying it
yeah,
was Justin, Jamar, and Christian were like it was just like one of them.
yeah,
One. So out of all three of them, McCaffrey being the first pick would have made sense, and
mhm.
it would have helped him.
Yep,
He could easily be in second place in his division right now.
yeah, I'm with you, man. Other than that, everything else is kind of injury based, so I'm not really going to touch on it. It just sucks that it happened for those guys. But moving to round two,
Well, let's
uh,
let's we didn't really talk about it, but would you maybe want to do each round, maybe like steal the draft? Because I'm going to say steal the draft would have been Tyreek, not draft
in the
round.
first round, yeah,
Round. Let's
yeah,
go round
for
by
sure,
round. Maybe
man,
we can pick one of those. Tyreek at 6.
yeah,
I think it's a steal of the first round.
yeah. I mean, first up in the second round, I mean, I know Devontae hasn't had the year that you would have hoped or he would have hoped. Um, I don't know if you maybe would go in a different direction if it was today. I think
Yeah,
the
should I should
Bijan,
go ahead.
I think the Bijan hype kind of, I don't know. I don't like him at 15 as of right now.
That's a coaching problem,
Yeah,
man. That's a coaching problem. He's talented enough to
yeah.
where if he's on anybody else's team other than the evil villain Arthur
Hmm.
Smith, he could easily be probably a top 5 running back right now.
Yeah.
You
But yeah, I
know,
mean, if you
um,
want to add something to your Devontae, like, I mean, I guess if
well,
I
I
would
just
say is maybe you just run it back. You just
yeah,
run it back with Jalen and AJ.
yeah,
It would have
yeah.
been the move.
I mean, if that was the case, I'd be up there with y'all
Yeah.
straight up, But my I thought I was gonna do how I did last year and get that quarterback in the fourth round, and it was Justin, and didn't work out, So and also, with the double or triple flex, we're doing
Yeah.
triple flex,
Yeah.
triple flex. I was just kind of like, think I need to, you
Load
know,
up on
fix the
non-quarterback.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
But look at your points, man. Your points have still been up there. So
yep,
it just hasn't gone your way. But like,
yeah, yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
um,
If I draft Jalen right here instead of Devontae,
yeah,
I, you know,
your
but
season goes differently.
yeah,
Other
for
than
sure.
that, there's not much, man. I think Chris Olave's been hit or miss. I
I
think,
think I think Chris Olave's been a bust.
yeah,
I
I think
think
he's been a bust for like pick 20. And I would also even say Calvin Ridley at 16, man. I think that was a
Oh,
little bit of a reach. I think Ross would go in a different direction. I mean,
yeah,
Josh Allen went the pick after him. And
yeah. You could
I mean,
say Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry.
yeah,
Because everybody knew it was, he eventually can't do what he's been doing.
yeah.
He's getting older. All the touches and work that he's done. Um,
And it actually happened this year. He's only getting like 60% of the touches. Like,
yeah, yeah, and he doesn't look great. I mean, he
yeah,
just,
no.
you know, um, Lamar Jackson, second round, he hasn't really produced like, I'm sure a lot of people would have thought with this new offense and
No.
added weapons and stuff.
But that
So,
said though, man, I think football wise though, I think Lamar's
oh no,
serious
absolutely, no,
like serious
absolutely.
contention like for MVP as of right now.
Absolutely. I'm just saying MVP. I mean, I'm just saying,
Fantasy, yeah.
yeah, absolutely. No, Lamar is playing great. They're playing great.
I think maybe the Jalen Waddle at 24, just
I don't
based on
mind
what
that. I
I
don't
don't
mind.
mind it. It's just what I know what Vincent was He was expecting last year's production, and it just hasn't hit. It hasn't happened like it did last year.
But it
Um,
hasn't killed him, I don't think. I think
well, I mean, I mean, he traded him away, and he ended up with Kelsey, but
yeah. Yeah. What else? Nick Chubb going down. That was tough because he was balling. He was
yeah,
balling. That was tough. And I think Nick Chubb, he could have been the steal of the second round,
yeah.
had he stayed healthy. But if I had to pick steal of the second round for me, um
I think mine's clear. I know who I'm going with.
I'd go Amon Ra.
I got to go with Jalen at 19, man. Jalen at 19, and for you,
Yeah.
I know you thought about going him at 13, and
Yeah.
I think for Matt to get him to for him to fall to Matt at 19, uh, that's nice. And obviously, it's worked out
Yeah.
For
So
Kyle with Josh Allen, but
yeah, so we're really looking at Matt in the first two rounds, got the steal of the first two rounds.
yeah,
And it
and
just so
look at
happens
him. He's a top
he
team in
just
the league.
yep, with the most points. So props
Yeah,
to him.
man.
Props to him, man.
The next round is where it starts to get overall, it wasn't a bad round. Like looking at this, it really wasn't a bad round for most people. Um, I mean, I would have to knock myself if I would go back in time. I would have loved to ended up with Keenan, but I decided to go DK over Keenan. I just for to have that Herbert Keenan stack would have been nice. Uh,
What's crazy looking at this round right now? This is that round that like they had so much potential and talent in this round. And this is the round that like could make your team or
mhm.
break your team. And I'm looking at this round and I guess I gotta go with Keenan is the
Oh,
most
for sure.
but look at this round and look at these names. Like this round is just filled with busts. Filled. Debo, bust, Pollard, bust. Mark
Yeah.
Andrews, he's been okay. Devontae Smith.
I guess my reasoning is
I don't blame any of these picks though.
no. That's what I was getting at. Like I don't
That's what I'm
blame the
saying.
picks.
I'm not saying
I really like
they're all
the
great picks, but looking
Miles Keenan Allen at 32, and for right now, he's a top 5 receiver. For him to get
yeah,
him at 32 is
yeah,
pretty nice.
yeah.
And for
Oh,
Ross
oh,
to get a top 5, I think he's a top 3 running back at
Travis Etienne has been absolutely balling.
33. He got him at 33. That's crazy. Um, I'm gonna knock Brian a little bit just for reaching on Gibbs. I think his season would have gone differently with someone else. Um, but I get it.
Yeah, well, if you
Me
remember, Brian,
entering it, I always liked passing on Bijan and ending up with Gibbs because I knew
yeah,
he was cheaper and I knew he would get the ball towards the middle end of the season.
yeah.
So I'm not going to knock it too much just because I mean he took Gibbs at 35 and Eli
With
took Bijan at 15. It's a 20 pick difference.
if you remember, I think Brian went four straight running backs to start his draft.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, dude, look, Montgomery's coming back, and if Montgomery never got hurt, dude, like I don't
Yeah.
think anything was going to change with that, dude. Montgomery
No.
was,
And Montgomery's still going to get the goal line carries.
yeah.
All
So,
right. I'm
I'm gonna
going
go.
ETN, man. I'm going ETN
I think
slightly. ETN
over
slightly over
Keenan.
Keenan. If
Yeah,
anything,
I
it's a
think
tie.
so.
And if anything, it's a tie, bro. Like that for them to get those top 5 running back or receiver where they got them.
Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome
yeah.
job, guys.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Round 4. This one's easy, man. The one that just jumps out is Mark reaching for Aaron Rodgers at 44.
Yeah,
That was ugly then and it's ugly now.
yeah,
Uh Damian Pierce at 47 is pretty ugly for
yeah.
Al. That's pretty bad. He's basically splitting carries with Singletary now.
I think
Uh,
George Kittle at 39 is a bad pick too.
yeah, I mean he's so streaky, man. He gets one
He's
catch and
not.
then he
He's not, dude. George Kittle is at the point now to where the only time he has good games is when
one of their
Debo.
receivers is out.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's
Yep.
how he survives. And
Yeah.
you got to know that, man. You don't like. I just think that's way too early, right there, man.
It's
Way too.
early. I mean, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I think Justin Herbert at 42 was solid. I think
Yeah.
that's been. I mean, that's
And
been
look, looking back again, I wish I would have taken him instead of Justin right there, where I picked.
okay. Yeah, 37 taken. Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
just picked the wrong Justin, man. But I mean, I get it. The rushing upside, it's
Yeah, and
hard to pass on.
the way that he ended last season, man, it was like I just thought I was that was my guy. I just wanted him, man. I believed. I just wanted him. DJ
Yeah,
Moore over there. The way he ended the season, I just thought he was gonna be
yeah.
that guy.
I'm gonna give a shout out. I mean, DJ Moore has been good in fantasy. So Kyle, he hit on another one. Uh, and also little Matt with Brandon Ayuk at 45. That's pretty good value. I really like that pick.
That's what I was gonna say is that Ian picked the wrong 49.
Yeah,
If he goes Ayuk there instead of Kittle, you know, Ayuk probably could have won him at least one or two more games.
yeah. This one's tough. I don't know. I mean, I think it's between Herbert, Ayuk, and DJ Moore. I mean, I'll let you pick this one since I'm involved.
I'm not gonna say DJ Moore because DJ Moore's just had a couple of spike weeks. He really hasn't been like
Yeah,
that consistent. Herbert, Herbert's been balling. Herbert has been balling. Let me see. Let me do a quick yeah, Herbert
yeah.
he's
Herbert's
been
been top
balling.
10 all season. Usually between right now, I think he's like 8 or 9. He had a down week going up against the Jets, but that's everyone does.
Yeah,
But
and IU same thing. He's had like 3 weeks that spike weeks, and then everything else has just been kind of average.
yeah,
So yeah, I think I'll give you the slight edge on that one with Herbert.
nice. All right, round 5. Oof, this is
Well, I see another glaring mistake.
yeah. I don't like Dalvin Cook at 53 for Mark.
And
Um, I
no,
like T.J. Hawkinson at 49 is good. He's the number 2 tight end.
yeah,
I know he traded him away for Kelsey, but I think it's way better value than Kittle at 39.
yeah,
10 picks later, Vincent got Hawkinson. I really like that pick. For them up until recently, Kenneth Walker at 52 has been a good pick.
yeah. The last 2 weeks has been tough for him, but yeah, before these last 2 weeks, he's been
And then a lot of other stuff is just injury based, like Jonathan Taylor, Javante, Christian Watson, Deontay Johnson, like Darren Waller. Um, Darren Waller is kind of a bad pick, regardless of the injury.
yeah. I mean, I get
Um,
it. There was a lot of hype. There was a lot of hype going into the season, with Waller.
I think
Um,
my favorite picks. I think it's between Hawkinson and Brees Hall. I think Matt getting Brees Hall at 54 is good. Um, those are my top 2 guys.
very
I think.
this is a very injury
Yeah,
prone
plagued. Yeah,
here. I mean, I mean, we could say injuries aside, but since Deontay has been back, he's been fucking balling. Jonathan Taylor, he looks like solidified his position in that. Moss he's out. Jonathan Taylor is the guy
Yeah.
over there now. He looks great. So
I mean, I love the value for sure. Jonathan Taylor at 56, that's
I'm
really
gonna
good
go.
value.
I'm gonna go Jonathan Taylor with in my opinion is the steal of this round.
Yeah.
Just because it's the fifth round for somebody that would have been drafted in the first round. He had to wait a while, but it seems like Jonathan Taylor could be a league winner, man. He could be a league.
He can. I mean, just to go a different direction. I mean, for Matt to get a top 15 running back, probably the best RB2 in the game, Breece Hall. I like Breece at 54.
Yeah, same.
I'll give Matt the slight edge, but
yeah,
I think it's going to be different by the end of the season. I think you're right. I think at the end of the season, we're going to look at round 5 and say, wow, Kyle got Jonathan Taylor in the 5th round.
Yeah. And if you want to move to the 6th round, could be a little segue here.
Some bad ones. Lots of bad ones.
Segue could be Kamara. We'll look back and say Ross got Kamara in the 6th round.
Totally.
With Derek Carr, he checks the ball down.
It's even better, man.
Except for last week because I had a parlay and I needed Kamara to catch one more pass to win, and he only caught 4 last week. But other than
Kamara is the 7th best running back in the NFL, man. Right now,
he's catching like 6 passes a game.
Yeah, and he got him at 64. That's awesome. I know Kyle traded Rachaad White, but in general, that pick has aged well. I think he's the 11th ranked fantasy running back, so that's pretty good. My Mike Evans pick has paid off for me big time.
Mike Evans, yeah, for sure. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
After it hit me last year, I couldn't do it. But
the glaring bad one is, we kind of touched on it earlier, is on the player. Little Matt taking Miles Sanders at 69 is pretty awful.
But again, I get it though.
Yeah, just hasn't aged well.
He got paid. He was supposed to be
the lead back. Yeah,
the only back. And it just is it one of those things to where he got paid and he's, I know he got injured, but even before the injury, he wasn't doing anything. So it's kind of like.
I also got to give a shout out to Brian taking Michael Pittman here. He's the 11th ranked receiver.
Yeah, Mike Pittman is back. He's been doing really well.
But this one's easy, man. I got to give it to Ross. This is the best pick in round 6. Alvin at 64 is the best pick in round 6.
Easily.
Round 7.
Now this is an ugly round. Well,
there's some hits. There's some hits. There's some misses, but there's some good hits.
I already see even though he hasn't played the last few weeks, I can see who my steal of the round is.
I really like
David Montgomery.
Yes, that. I mean, that won me 2 weeks, like for sure.
Yep.
But I can say the same thing about Dave with DeAndre Swift. He definitely won one game just because of him.
Yeah.
Goddard before his injury was decent. He had a slow start.
Yeah. That's
Judy started off slow. Deshaun Watson didn't pan out for Al.
Yeah, Al got everything he deserved for picking the rapist.
Yep. I mean, I hate to say it, man. I hate to keep going on Mark, but I mean, Odell at 77 is pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know man. Mark had just a very interesting strategy coming into it.
So Mark picked Odell 77th overall, and Odell is the 78th ranked receiver.
Well, I guess it's not a bad pick then.
No, 78th receiver. He picked him 77th overall.
Yeah, so that's actually a horrible pick.
That's pretty bad. Brandon Cooks for Vincent's been pretty
meh.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm going David Montgomery with my steal of the
Yeah, I mean, a close second I think is probably Terry McLaurin. I mean, James Cook has been good too. This one's tough.
Yeah, I mean, he's been okay.
I don't know, man.
He had a really good start to the season, but for whatever reason, He just hasn't been getting as much work as he should be, honestly.
I'm gonna go with Dave, man. I'm gonna go with DeAndre Swift as the pick of the round 7.
All right.
Yeah, I think Swift is good. He's
Yeah,
the
he's
fifth.
been super consistent, man.
Yeah,
Super.
he's top 5.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. I'm gonna give Swift the edge. Let's see, round 8, halfway done. Love your Addison pick. Took a couple weeks to come around, but I love it.
Yep.
Ooh, Kyle, I bet regrets that Cam Akers pick.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's easy now. Never mind. I'm gonna say something good about Mark, man. Mark got the steal of the draft so far, I think, at Raheem Mostert at 92.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he's the second best running back in fantasy.
Yeah, but again, he's had 3 spike weeks. But I mean, I guess you could say he's been consistent, pretty consistent. I mean, he only has 2 single digit games, but he's got a 45 point, a 34 point, and a 25 point.
Yeah, it hasn't translated to wins, but
Right.
I think that's because of some of the mistakes that we've already talked about.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
if he chooses differently with Raheem Mostert, like Mark can be in a good position.
Yeah.
I like the Jacksonville guys in this round. Christian Kirk was good for Eli, and
Yeah.
Evan Ingram's been good for Ross. Uh, but yeah, Gabe Davis has been good for Vincent too. I mean, I think we did okay this round.
Yeah.
I think for the most part everyone did okay.
Yeah. I
The
agree.
Cam Akers one stands out as bad, but like everyone else it's been okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is the worst one yet. Round 9. Gosh,
Well,
round 9's pretty bad.
that last pick has been
Your last pick's been good. Sky Moore, bad. Rashad
awful.
Penny, just
AJ Dillon, Kadarius Toney, awful.
Quentin Johnson hasn't done nothing.
No, Tank's been okay. Tua's had some good weeks. I don't even know if Rashad Penny's even like playing football.
No. Yeah, Dave, that's the worst pick of this round. Dave with Rashad Penny at 99.
I'm gonna give myself the best pick of this round. I'm gonna say Kincaid.
What's crazy is Matt hasn't even played Tua.
That's annoying.
It's great that Matt was able to put together the team he has
That's so
and
fucking annoying.
have the quarterback
Oh, I
that
should have
hasn't even
traded
played.
that motherfucker. Fuck, that's so aggravating, bro. He does it every year, dog. He hoards them.
Special shout out to Ross though. Brian Robinson was good for him for a while.
Yeah,
105. Brian Robinson at 105.
yeah.
But yeah, I like your Dalton Kincaid, and just like a special shout out to Matt for being able to get to a
No doubt.
round 10. Yuck.
Jacoby.
Yeah, dude. Jacoby's the pick of round 10.
Dak's been fucking balling recently too. Wow, I picked Jamal Williams here. Boy, do I regret that one now. Oh boy.
I mean, I regret my Antonio Gibson pick. I know little Matt regrets his Rashad Bateman pick.
There's a lot of regrets in this round.
Lots.
I think Dak and Jacoby are
Yeah. I mean,
easy.
Jacoby is the 16th.
Jacoby's
He's ranked 16th receiver.
I
Yeah,
think
this
he
one's
might be ahead of Devontae.
yeah, Jacoby won this round. Good job, Ross.
Yeah, good job, dude. I'm so happy for you.
Round 11. Oh, these are some diamonds, some gems right here. I mean, Sam Laporta at 121 is great.
A-Chain before
Yeah.
he got hurt. Lord.
And
Lord.
another one, Ross with Nico Collins, man.
Yep. 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 Brian with Chig. So he drafted Chig, dropped him. Now he picked him back up. He loves him.
Yeah, Nico Collins. I think is I might have to go with Nico. But Achan was awesome and could still be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nico or Laporta? Just because it's so hard to get a tight end. And if
Yeah,
that
I'd say Laporta, man. I say Laporta.
yeah. Oof, but Al regrets that Jameson Williams pick.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, man. One of those guys.
Ooh, Al had a tough stretch. Just gonna harp on this real quick. Al went Sky Moore, Tyler Higbee, Jameson Williams. Yuck.
Ugh.
That's pretty
I
bad.
think I think we're all getting pretty drunk at this point, so I can't really call them too bad.
Round
I think
12.
me and Al's eyes were very low at this point in the draft for sure.
All right, round 12. I love Matt's Adam Thielen. That one stands out.
That is it. That is hands that is there's nothing else. Well,
I
Kirk
mean,
Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Yeah, it was Adam and Kirk, but Adam for sure.
Yeah, Adam easily. Adam
What was
easily.
Dave thinking with Justin Ross at 142? I don't think he's like dressed out. That's
I don't even know if he was on a team when he drafted him.
yeah, that's I think he was like on the yeah, that's I don't like it.
I think they picked him up like week 2.
Damn, then Al followed up with Cordero Patterson. Yeah, Al had a tough stretch these couple rounds.
Told y'all his team fucking sucked. Fucking told y'all, man.
Mark with Derek Carr.
Could have got him off waivers.
Yep. Matt won this round. Adam Thielen, man.
Yep.
Gosh, I don't even know where to begin on the next round.
I think we might just skip
Call
this,
it.
man.
I'd probably Matt with Tyler Boyd, just because he's been able to start him when T. Higgins goes down.
I mean,
Jalen Warren's been okay.
Yeah, I guess.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Like it's bad. Next.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably Ross is Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet. I'd say Cole Kmet.
Round 14, Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet or Purdy. But again, well, Ross already had Evan Ingram too.
Yeah.
So
Ross hit on his tight ends.
yeah. I'd say between them. I mean,
Dante Foreman's had a good.
Yeah, and Kareem Hunt's had a few good games too.
Yeah, he has.
Anyway, next.
Got to give it to Gus the Bus, man.
Yeah,
Al got a good one. Al got a good one at 170.
Not Taysom?
I mean, yeah, it's a good pick, but like Dave ended up dropping him, and like,
yeah,
he didn't start booming until he was with Al. But like, yeah, I mean, that's good value for Taysom at 171 for sure.
Yeah, Gus though.
Yeah, probably Gus the Bus, man.
Yeah. All right, one more round, and this one,
Mr. What is it, Mr. Irrelevant?
Leonard Fournette.
No, who's the dude? I don't even know. Probably Jerome Ford for Ross.
Damn, he did that.
Yeah, man, Ross had a good draft. Ross had a good draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really no one else.
Hmm.
So, like, what was the best pick of the draft? Value wise in the position, like the one that stands out is just, I mean, it hasn't translated. But let's do that. The pick that has panned out because Raheem Mostert at 92 is good value, but it didn't help Mark.
No. Shit.
Is it?
I mean, we're going back all the way to the first round, dude. But Tyreek at 6, man.
Tyreek at 6 is great value.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm back and forth. with Alvin at 64, Swift at 75. I hate this.
Don't say
I
it.
mean, even my Mike Evans at 66, dude.
Yep. Yeah, that was solid.
And like you said, maybe Jonathan Taylor's the guy. Maybe Jonathan Taylor at 56 ends up being the pick of the draft. Time will tell, but like so far, Alvin's. I think that's my favorite pick of the draft, bro.
Mm-mm. Who, Alvin?
Yeah, I think Ross getting Alvin at 64 is my favorite pick, which is ironic because last year it was my least favorite pick.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought Al reached for him in the first round, and then he ends up winning a championship, but co-championship.
Yeah, it was a crazy, crazy draft, man. Crazy
All right,
draft.
man. Good draft recap. That was fun.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up with let's go through these matchups, man. We talked about the playoff teams. Let's see what actually happens this week. Serge and Vincent.
Let me try to click on this for some reason. Got another bottle in the fridge. All right. Oops, something went wrong. All right, here we go.
Team Lionhearted. Serge.
Okay, we got Surge as a pretty heavy favorite in this one. I mean, I got to give it to Surge.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Thomas hasn't been doing much. Brandon Cooks hasn't been doing much. Shaheed, he's hit or miss.
Yeah.
Surge is Montgomery coming back. Diggs has been Diggs. Evans has been Evans.
Yeah. All right. Well, if that happens, Serge can move to 8-2. I think that just further locks up his spot. And Vincent's going to go to 5-5.
Yeah.
Which is big. That's big for playoff.
Yeah.
The next one is a true elimination game. Eli and Brian.
We have Eli coming in as the favorite right now. This is a toss up, man.
It's a toss up.
Brian's got Keaton Mitchell starting. I'm not even sure. Oh, that's the Ravens guy.
It's gonna be. I don't know if he's gonna. It's so hard with the Ravens running back, man.
Yeah, this is gonna be a close one, man.
And then we got Montgomery coming back, which is gonna cut into Gibbs's workload. London's been banged up.
Yeah.
But I just don't. They're not like Warren splitting carries with Najee, Bijan splitting carries with everyone.
Yeah, but Saquon's playing Dallas at Dallas without Daniel Jones, so that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers is playing against Cleveland. Flowers hasn't really been doing much.
And I think Zay Jones is coming back this week, which could affect Christian Kirk.
Yeah, but I think the 49ers are giving up like a lot of points to slot receivers. So Kirk could actually have and San Francisco's defense hasn't been who they usually are or what we thought they were. They've been kind of lacking lately. So
I don't know, man. I had Dak against the Giants. I'm gonna give Brian the slight edge. I don't think it's gonna be high scoring. I think Brian just is able to find a way.
Yeah, I go with Brian too.
Big one. We got Ross versus Dave.
Yeah.
I like the bold decision of benching Lawrence for Sam Howell. It's high risk, but I like it.
Yeah, Seattle hasn't been very good on defense.
Rashad White against Tennessee.
Yeah, Dave's got Justice Hill in the lineup.
It's just I mean, I
And
know the 49ers defense has kind of been weak lately, but like to
yeah,
have
they're
three guys going up against the 49ers.
they're coming off a bye too, so
Yeah, maybe they cleaned up some stuff.
yeah, I'm
And
gonna go off.
Seattle just got their ass whooped. And Sam Howell has to go to Washington to Seattle, which is a very hard place to play.
Yeah, and it's cross country too, so I'm gonna go Ross. I'm gonna go Ross.
I think Ross is going to be able to get it.
Yeah, I think Kamara has a bounce back game against Minnesota.
I mean, Al exploded last week. He needs another performance like that to be able to knock down Kyle, in my opinion. Um, I
Yeah,
don't think obviously I don't think CJ gets 50 points again, but I mean 30 is definitely attainable. Um,
yeah. DJ Moore is up to almost 11 points now, and Chuba's only got 2. So
yeah, I mean I can't go against Kyle, man. I can't.
yeah,
I think Al comes up a little bit short. He isn't able to score as many points as last week, and I think Kyle bounces back from a loss.
yeah, I'm with
So
you.
so let's go back to Ross and Dave. So that's going to move Ross to 7-3, and that'll move Dave to 5-5. So Dave will be tied with Vincent at 5-5, and depending on the point situation, they'll be tied.
Yeah,
Al will move to 4-6, and Kyle will move to 8-2.
yes. So it's getting a
So
little.
yeah. All right. So Matt and Mark, Miles Sanders has negative -0.5 points, and Matt's got still only 3 points from Thielen. That's not good for Matt, but like
No,
I'm not gonna. I'm
Higgins is
overall.
out too. Higgins is out. He's got Higgins in the lineup, but Higgins is not playing.
No, Higgins is not playing, and also Dobbs is going up against the Saints defense only 2 weeks after becoming a Viking. So that is tricky. He doesn't have no Hurts or Tua or Tyreek. So if ever there was a week to knock off Matt, this is the week.
This is the week. This is the week. It's not going to be easy still, but Madison has been playing well. I think Goff could have a good game against the Chargers.
I
Olave,
find it hard to. I mean, it could very well happen, but like I find it hard to come to terms that Mark's only going to have one win the entire season. So I think he's going to spoil somebody's week one of these final 5 weeks.
yeah,
Um,
Brees going against it. Like the Raiders, that could be good for Matt. I don't know, man. I still think it's going to be a long shot for Mark. But
so who
again,
does okay? So he's just going to slide in Powell.
or
That's his
Juju,
only option. Juju, or he goes
double
double
tight
tight
end.
end.
Yeah, I think that might be his best bet, honestly.
Yeah, with Schultz and Pitts. Move
Yeah,
Hollywood Brown to Higgins. Yeah.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah. But Mark started with negative 0.5 points, so that's not
yeah.
pretty.
All right, so that moves Matt to 8-2, Mark to 1-9. So the top three teams they hold firm. Last but not least, cool. Let's see, man. You think we'll be able to pull this one off?
Uh, I don't know, man. I think it depends a lot on what happens with Jamar. I think Jamar is going to play without T Higgins. If he's good and he's healthy, he's gonna blow up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, DK is going against a Washington defense that's just awful. Ayuk's coming off the bye. It could be a shootout.
I mean, the Walker Charbonnet thing kind of limits Matt's upside. I think it gives him a safe floor, but if Mixon were to have like a 2-3 touchdown game, I think you can kind of hold at the running back position.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's a
I mean,
long shot for me, honestly.
you
It's
got
gonna be,
Adams going up against Sauce and the Jets.
yeah,
I don't think Addison. I think the Saints defense is going to hone in on Addison.
yep.
I think Carr is going to have a sneaky good game. I'll give you that. I think Carr is going to have a good game. Oof.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's going to be tough. I'm going to give Matt the edge in this one.
All right, so that moves Matt to 6-4.
Yeah,
That'll bump you to 3-7. If you win, you go to 4-6, and you're tied with Al. You're going to go above him because you have more points. If
yeah,
Matt loses, he goes to 5-5, and he's in a three-way tie with Dave and Vincent.
yeah.
But he's got more points than both of them.
Right, right.
Oof. Like you said, man, it's a big one for you and Al.
Yeah, big one. And if we both lose, that's also not terrible. If we both lose, Dave and Vince lose, we're still okay.
Yeah, you're right.
We're still okay. So
I think what everyone that's on the bubble though, even if you lose, you got to put up points.
Yeah,
because I think it's going to come down to that, man.
Very well could.
I mean, look at that. We're week 10 and we're already talking about teams in the playoffs with the same record.
Right.
So I think someone's going to miss the playoffs because of points. I think there's going to come down to a tied record between 6 and 7, and I think that 6 team is going to get in because they have slightly more points.
Very well could come down to that for sure. Something's going to happen last week of the season. It always does. It always does. Someone's gonna be out and someone's gonna be in.
Crazy, man.
Yep, it's gonna happen. Could be two.
Remember that year that Kyle got in by like point? It was like point something.
Yeah,
that was crazy, bro.
Yeah, it could be like that this year, man. Because the points, they're somewhat close. Kind of.
All right, man. That's all I got, bro. It's good to be back.
Yep, good to be back. So for no injuries this week, everybody, do well. And
the Saints are gonna knock off the Vikings, or Dobbs pulls off another legacy game.
I can't call it, man. I can't. These dudes are it's unbelievable, man. We had 5 turnovers against a 2-win Bears team with a backup quarterback at home, and we barely beat them.
At least we don't have to play in Minnesota outdoors, so we got that going for us.
Well, Minnesota's indoors, but yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. At least we got to play. We get to play them
indoors. Yeah,
indoors in Minnesota. Because if not, I do not like our chances.
No. And if they don't, see Minnesota as a rival at this point, you gotta, there's still a lot of guys on this team that dealt with that fuckery in that playoff game. So, hopefully they go into it and, play, just play to kick their fucking ass, man.
Yeah, man. We're due for a blowout, man. We haven't done it. I know the Patriots game, but
yeah,
I just want not that Minnesota's all that good, but they are 5-4 or 5 and I don't know.
Correct, it is. But yeah, I just want to beat them. I just want to win. I just want to I don't care if it's a blowout. I just want to fucking win.
Yeah.
Against the third quarterback, I just want to beat.
Let me just check the division. So we got, I think the Bucks are going to be able to beat the Titans.
Yeah, they should.
At home, I think they'll be able to beat them. So it's a big one for us, man. Who do the Falcons got? The Falcons got.
Is that
at Arizona? They play. That's Kyler's comeback game.
Is he back this week? He's playing?
I think so.
Okay.
I think they said he's playing.
All right.
I think the Bucks have a more competitive game.
Yeah,
but,
for sure. Titans are always, they play.
Yeah. So I think the Falcons might be able to get it done against the Cardinals. So we got to win, man. We got to win.
Gotta win. We'll see, man. I gotta win too. So let's just pray. Just gotta manifest it, you know.
Yeah, man. All right, bro.
All right.
Till next time.
Till next time. Hopefully, we don't have as long of a hiatus, and we get Matt back here, and get the tripod back going.
Let's do it. 10. Let's watch this end of this terrible game. 16-10. 5 minutes left in the third.
Yeah, Chicago's up.
Oh, it looks like Dante Foreman got a touchdown. Matt's got him. Matt's got him on the bench.
Ah, that's not gonna help.
That is not going to help. He's kicking himself right now.
Yep.
All right, dude. Next week, I'll hit you up.
Good luck, brother.
Later.
Later. Hey, hold on. Don't record yet. Hold on.
You're good. All right. Back from hiatus. Got Devin on tonight. What's up, bro?